If you are having a problem inside with, let me tell you, if you're overwhelmed with the amount of trash that we have on this earth and the amount of trash that you create or that you see that is being created everywhere, in your homes, in other people's homes, in businesses, in corporations, hospitals, yada, yada, yada. It's, there's ways to reduce trash, and there's ways that we can globally reduce trash. And it really starts in our homes and in our businesses. I'm Jess. I created Compost Cultura, and I'm all about composting and trash reduction and finding gratitude for trash, an energetic solution to the abundance of trash that we have on this earth. I've worked as a nurse for 10 years in hospitals, creating so much trash of my own and just being so overwhelmed and enraged by it, and transitioning to a way that I have drastically reduced the amount of trash that I create in my home and the amount of trash that I throw away in a hospital. I still work in hospitals. I still care for people. I still work as a nurse sometimes. And I'm on this earth. There's no way to not create trash. There is, but you have to be full green, full off-grid, and live in a forest or live in the Amazon. That's like the only way. And most people don't want to give up the modern lifestyle because it's comfortable. We have a lot of ease. We have a lot of comfortability. We have heat and cooling, ease in water, ease in access to water, ease in access to food, and hot showers. A lot of comfortable things that our ancestors worked for because they had a hard time living life. It was very uncomfortable. And there's just ways that we can reduce trash overall. And a huge way is through composting. Like about 30 to 40% of our trash that we throw away is organic matter that can be composted worldwide. Honestly, I think that is a percentage that may be correct. I could be off by a little bit, but could be even more. You never know. But things that we can do in our home and in work, which may be a little bit more complicated in an office or building or a work setting. It takes a lot of courage to compost in business, but it's possible. It's really just looking at what food do we throw away. Do we throw away food that has gone rotten, which is compostable? Whoa, I dropped you because of the wind. I'm in nature, on a mountain right now. And the wind blew you over. My bad. Looking at how we handle food and how we handle the disposal of food. What's our diet like? Are we eating all of our food that we get? All the food that we get, we're supposed to eat. We're not supposed to throw it away. And I know there's people that don't like leftovers. That's okay. Another solution to food that is still edible for humans is to package it for someone who lives on the street, someone who's homeless or unhoused, and giving them the food. Or giving it to animals. If you have horses or donkeys, or if you have chickens, they're great composters. Give it to the animals. But no fast food. But if you have fast food and you don't want it anymore, someone who's hungry will eat it, trust me. And if you're in work and there's something that, say you ate an apple and you have the apple core, I always like to have like a little bag to put my stuff to put in the compost. And I take it home, the stuff that I created that can be composted, I put in the bag and I take it home and put in the compost at my home. I would love to see having readily compost bins that are available in society, in the streets. And I have seen that in Seattle, and I'm sure there's other states in the US that do that, but having it more of a common social thing to compost. For that to be the social approach is composting instead of throwing away food. And if you see so many restaurants that just throw away like bags of food that is still edible because according to FDA standards, that they must throw it away after a day or whatever their standards are. They throw it all in the trash. There's ways that you can donate as a business, and mostly as a business, because you have, maybe if you have a food business of some kind, you probably have larger quantities of food that you may have to throw away after a certain expiration time. That is, if it's still good, food banks that would take it. There's a lot of homeless people worldwide. There's homeless people everywhere that would take it instead of just throwing it away. There is this really great app that is used, I think it's still used in New York City. What is it called? Oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of it. But it's restaurants that will prepare meals of food that that was getting to like the last end of the food, or stuff that they were gonna throw away, but it was still good. That if you pay like a quarter of the price of it, say a meal that was maybe $20, and if you pay $5 or something, that they'll give you that meal. Super great if restaurants did that, in the US or worldwide. And if there was some kind of composting thing available in all businesses and in streets, and some kind of societal council level that was organized to take care of the compost and create soil and give the soil back to the community so we can plant with it. For the government to make gardens for us to garden in and to grow our own food in and to pick from that and eat from that. That's a solution. That's a possibility. And I'm sure there's places that have that. Not everywhere has that though. We need to have that more readily available. Another solution to trash reduction is what you buy and how you throw things away. So looking at our products, what kind of stuff do we buy? Are we getting single-use plastic silverware or Tupperware or utensils? Are we using paper hand towels? Are we buying water bottles? Are we buying to-go coffee cups? Are we using straws? These are little things, but individually, all of us getting these creates this massive amount of just cups and styrofoam cups and straws and plastic utensils and Tupperware and all this stuff that just gets thrown away, and all these bags and plastic bags. Like, what are we buying? Let's look at what we're buying, what we're using, what products are we selling in our business? What are we giving to our consumers? And plastic creates an ease in life for sure. It makes things a lot easier. It makes things a lot more sterile and clean. Though it is having a detrimental effect or impact on the environment. And without this earth, we wouldn't exist. So we get to live, number one, because of God, but we get to live and exist physically because of this earth. And what are we doing in our businesses? What are we doing in our homes? What products are we buying? How are we throwing our food away? These are the kind of questions that we got to ask ourselves. I think that's all I'm going to say. So check out my website, compostcultura.org, and check out Instagram as well. It's at compostcultura, and the YouTube is at compostcultura. Message me if you have any questions or even inquiries. I'm transitioning to consulting as well for individuals and families in their homes and businesses for how they can reduce the amount of trash they create in those aspects. But remember to compost and deny plastic and deny paper towels and deny plastic utensils. Okay, that's what I had to say. Bye.